Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Justice for All. We're headed back to court today. It's gonna be split into two parts, but we're gonna work on proving Maya innocent. Okay, I've got theories, okay? The aunt, she's involved. She set the whole thing up so that either her or Pearl could become the, leader of the village. And Eenie Meenie, I think that the real Eenie Meenie is dead, and the one that we know is actually Mimi. And she had plastic surgery to look like Eenie and assumed her identity. And the two are working together. I'm very confident on the aunt one. The Eenie Meenie one, I'm like, I don't know, I feel like that's what it's pointing towards, but it's also just so out there that... Oh, well, here's the thing. Ace Attorney does out there things, which is why it's a possibility. But I could also just be a crazy person. So, that's a possibility too. But I do feel like for the most part, it's like, I do and don't know what happened. I feel like I'm just so close. There's a few extra details I need to figure out what the heck went on here. So let's just jump right back into the trial. We're probably gonna get whipped.
Nick?
Yeah?
Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me?
Really? She looks older. Yeah. Why? Did I know that? I don't know.
I just think about how strong she looks.
Or how strong she is.
I mean, she's been in Germany all this time by herself, and she's so grown up.
Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation, and her father in general, because he's scary. I feel like I did know that she's 18, and I just forgot.
And then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial.
But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Right, this is your second murder trial you're going through. Not just anyone can do that. Good morning. Did you run here again, Pearl?
The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. Who we safe today, Mystic Maya? Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming to show her support.
No, she's not. Oh no, your mother is coming to throw her under the bus.
Yeah, that's right, Pearly.
Hey, Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Dick?
Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today too?
Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch.
Ugh. If you channel Mia, it's gonna be the little girl body, and it's gonna be weird. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help.
Mr. Dick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love.
Pearl, we're not dating.
Pearly, not this again.
Please, can you do this for us, Pearls?
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you to your alone time.
Oh, Pearl. You little shipper, you. Oh, thank goodness.
Nick!
This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial.
Oh, yeah, with her mother.
But she's still gonna know what happened.
What do you mean? What's going on?
You'll find out soon, Maya. Your aunt is evil. Oh god, she's already got Mia in her. Ugh.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. I'm a little scared to be back here because I know I'm going to be whipped at any moment, and I'm still recovering from the injuries from last time.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite the name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be fooled, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. And I whip people. That's another reason I'm famous. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Aha. That's nice, Ms. Von Karma. I'm glad to see you are in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight.
Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes.
Very smart, Miss Von Karma, and this key is the proof of that. It's very pretty. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
All right, let's hear it. Please don't whip me.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point.
What? But, Ms. Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what is the meaning of this? My brain hurts.
All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand.
Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. You disgrace to the Morgan name. I would never throw best girl Maya under the bus. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Hey, you jerk. You and your big hair.
Witness, name and occupation. I forgot her voice again. My name is Morgan Fey, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking.
Spirit medium, that's the word I kept forgetting last video. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? Ah!
I don't think anyone really cares.
I care! That's all that matters in my wacky court.
Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya, then...
Spirit severing technique? These are a lot of words I'm unfamiliar with.
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is.
Yes, that is. Ah!
You, be quiet.
I want to go home.
Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct.
What in the world could have...
Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room.
What? You phony baloney.
And here we have come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
No, she didn't. Order, order, order. Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial.
I hate you.
After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police.
Did you? I don't remember if you did.
A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
This is such a lie. Because she would have already been back by the time we got back. Why have you hidden this until now?
I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise.
You are a falsity.
That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony.
Okay, that is 100% true. Did you? I don't remember. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? Okay, so apparently you did. It's... Once again, I pick something for the wrong reason.
there is a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind.
Yes, that is a very good point. This is why I love you, Phoenix.
At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another.
Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence.
Yeah, you can't just say that and be like, never mind, we're in court, lady.
Question further. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room?
Because she needed to get eeny meeny out of there, that's why.
I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye.
This is bad. More people have a good impression of her, and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue.
I'm not satisfied at all, Judge.
Okay, let's see. Pistol is hanging from Mr. Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. I guess tell me more about this.
During an investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and the strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement?
I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. I think you're lying right now, actually.
But why would you lie about something like that?
It is very painful for me to say this, however... The witness was lying to cover for the defendant.
She was covering for Maya? Tell me more! So you were covering for the defendant?
Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade... whatever, Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... Ugh! This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later. Yes, very well. I hurt.
Ugh, why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach?
Now, witness, continue with what happened. Okay, let's see. Quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. Now we know that this didn't happen.
Was it really that easy for her to escape from you?
I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes.
But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
I cannot get used to her, like, feminine objection. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. She wasn't. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. I am old. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called.
But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away?
Well, yes, I would have. However... With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. Okay. And then, I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. I guess I'll just press on both.
You fainted.
I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? Are you okay? Did you suffer brain damage? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps? And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere at that time. Happy, the witness, elaborate on that point for us. And you have no knowledge of where she went after that. Okay.
Is that because you were unconscious?
Why, yes.
Great. Well, now what?
Question further.
So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went.
I would think that's obvious, good sir. I don't like you.
If that's true, Then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all?
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. This is why I have you around, Phoenix Wright.
It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that?
I mean, she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what.
Eeny meeny.
Looks like Ms. Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness.
That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony.
Well, you're not the best judge of character, Judge.
You're right, but I'm ignoring that. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the channeling chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Probably will.
Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes, I would love to know. Yes. Ah!
Be quiet, you.
I am the judge.
Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person.
She went to speak with someone? It's eeny meeny, we can't trust that.
Who was it?
The prosecution calls Ms. Eeny Meeny, who was sleeping in the side room at the time.
Yeah, she went and talked to herself because it was eeny meeny. Eeny meeny?
I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation.
Okay, so my name is like Eeny Meeny. I am like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? What? We're talking about so many things I don't know today. Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. I'm very confused today.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
I don't have time for that. Whatever. Yes, sir.
Now then, Ms. Minnie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey.
I don't know what this, like, slight accent I give Von Karma is. It just happens. And I don't know what it is.
Is this correct?
Like, I guess.
If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor?
Sir, yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine. For my sake. Remember you love me?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid.
After the murder.
Like, when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like a little later, someone came into the room like really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her like in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister. Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey?
Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of the witness's sister? My god.
Yes, Mimi. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness.
Like, yeah?
In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
Like, do I totally, like, really have to?
Of course.
Ms. Meany, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me.
That was no accident, I'm a ghost. Ooh. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. I'm a ghost, it's only fair. Isn't it? Edie.
You know, you could just be saying that you heard that to throw the suspicion on Dr. Gray and, like, what do I want to say? Clear the name of Mimi. She took a revenge. Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. You're not very confident.
There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It's a bit hard to swallow. Believe it or I will whip you, though. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth.
The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I think she's full of it, Judge. It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for, but I don't believe it.
This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it all just one huge lie?
Yes, it was.
Of course it was, Phoenix. Yeah, what do you mean?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone.
We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the truth behind this murder.
Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. Yeah, well, this fool always wins his cases, Francisca.
I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last.
Hey, I beat you last time, so I don't want to hear it. Okay, which one? Yeah, totally my sister.
I was between this statement and the one where she said something, but we already heard what she said. I'm gonna go with this one. You were happy in a sad way.
Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult, but I, like, know all about the Crane channeling technique.
The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister.
Yeah, like, what she said.
Should I drop this line of questioning?
No, I'm gonna question further.
So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? Hey, who did the costume she was wearing have blood on it? When that happened?
No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange.
But, ow! Don't keep badgering her. I will keep badgering her, Francisca. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while?
Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? I'm gonna go ahead and say that it's important, Judge.
It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
Story of my life, Phoenix. All right, Mr. Wright, I trust you. Ms. Meany, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm, like, totally cool with that. I wasn't, like, scared at all, and, like, her costume looked totally, like, normal.
Why did you add that detail about the costume? Okay, well, I suppose that means I have to present... Do I present the photo, maybe, instead of the bloody costume? Is it this one? Yeah. Hey, she looked like this. What do you mean it looked normal? That was a very well spun lie, Ms. Meanie. Or Eenie.
What are you blabbering about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh, getting nervous, are we?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. I stole your line, Mia.
Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Yep, I am.
Ms. Meanie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance.
Like, yeah, and?
But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. She was bloody from murder! This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared before you like this.
The blood spray.
Ms. Meanie, why did you not notice the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat.
Order. Ms. Meanie, what is the meaning of this? Surely you did not think it was ketchup, like I would. Ms. Meanie, I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. That eep. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? I was gonna say she randomly looked evil. But witness, her personality did a complete 180 there.
Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. It's like a thing, they have a freak out moment.
First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please.
Ugh, the judge is still looking a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be.
I've been whipped so many times, I hurt. I'm just behaving. I don't want it to happen anymore.
After the murder, part 2.
The side room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. I don't know about that. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that.
That statement's odd to me.
And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. I am satisfied. You think? Thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? I know I am. Alright, I guess not, because you never are. Very well, you may question the witness. Yeah, I've got some issues, eeny meeny. Issue number 1. Ooh, the music picked up. Cool. Issue number 1 is this.
And what was your sister, Ms. Mimi Meanie, like at the time?
Well, she was totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think she knew. She said she did something really bad. And she said she wanted to go with me to apologize to Ms. Morgan.
Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you?
She's a fast talker, okay? Yeah. Okay, and then you took her to the channeling chamber. Yeah. I'm pressing on that as well.
Was your sister calm by that time?
I guess so. I guess maybe, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better.
She says with her whip at the ready.
Feel better about what?
Just this case, or you want revenge on me because of Von Karma? Because
let me tell you, Von Karma deserved it. And, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
May I ask you one more thing, Ms. Meanie?
Sure.
Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place?
Something out of place? Huh? What do you mean?
When you were in the side room, we're going to the crime scene, arrived at the crime scene. We're going to the crime scene. Did you happen to notice Pearl putting together a vase? I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course.
Like, no, nothing strange.
She answered rather quickly. Now what? Press harder! Think harder. I know you can remember something.
I, like, totally can't.
That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court.
Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd in the way of the channeling chamber is all that important?
It's very important, Judge. You should know by now that when I bring something up, it's important. I ask because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going with this, Phoenix. Very well. Ms. Meany, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling chamber.
It's no good. Oh, wait.
I know, okay, I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna say more. I forgot.
Everyone, shut up!
I
forgot that that was a new statement and not a new testimony, and she wasn't gonna keep talking. Okay. You didn't see anyone.
Huh. You should have saw Pearl.
You said that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, this is impossible.
Like, what do you mean?
I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Ms. Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay.
Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child?
Ignore the fact that the woman standing next to me is wearing the same outfit as her. Anyways, it just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden.
The garden?
Yup. Which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Ms. Mimi, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, you look like a ghost. As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at that time. Do you think honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing? Preposterous. Oh, there's more to it than that.
It's not preposterous, and I can prove it.
What sort of foolish?
There's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl because of the urn. This urn is my proof.
An old cracked clay pot. What is that going to prove?
Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it, that's why.
She broke the urn? What a poor urn. Yow! Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day?
Because I am. This urn was broken around the time the channeling started.
Ah.
And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way.
What?
Ms. Meany. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. Also, Pearl would have said if she saw Eenie Meenie coming. She just only saw us and Lotta. Grr. Don't growl at me. I think I've sufficiently proved one thing, Ms. Meany. You are a masterful liar.
Ah.
And you look like a ghost.
You're right, she does, Mr. Wright. Anyways, you need to watch what you say. It was rude.
The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Ms. Meany, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course.
The witness just testified about that. Well, we just determined that the witness is lying, Francisca. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room.
Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room?
No, there's no way she was.
Your lion's here.
What do you...
The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here.
A contradiction? What is this contradiction? Oh boy, I can't wait to find out.
Help me, Mia. It's in the evidence. It's in her testimony just now.
Is it her testimony just now? Because she said she went to the channeling chamber?
Earlier in your testimony, Ms. Meany, you made the following statement.
And, like, Ms. Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
Exactly. It's true that at the time, both myself and Ms. Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything?
It's very simple. Ms. Meany, how did you know that fact?
How?
I concede that Ms. Faye was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that.
Oh, we've got you, girl. We've got you.
Which means, Ms. Meany, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way.
Wow, I'm a ghost.
But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder?
In the channeling chamber. She was there ahead of time and pretending she was asleep.
Ms. Meany, please answer the question.
What?
Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please.
It's not baseless.
Well, I suppose since you've put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder?
Now's your chance, Phoenix.
Yeah.
The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. So now is the time to prove it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. This is the big moment. The series music is playing. Where was the witness when the murder took place?
The channeling chamber. Okay, make sure I'm gonna press the right button this time. And boom.
Ms. Meany was here, of course.
What? But that's the channeling chamber.
She had to have been both behind the folding screen and in that clothing box. Because everyone was saying that they glanced back there and didn't see anyone. There was a bullet hole in the clothing box and the folding screen. She had to have been in there.
Isn't that the crime scene?
That's right. Ms. Meany was at the scene of the crime.
Order. That's why that is... Ah!
Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the channeling chamber. Were in the chamber when the channeling started.
Why did you whip me when you are mad at Phoenix Wright? Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Simple. Ms. Eenie Meeny was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding?
It's not a good map.
Just a folding screen.
I'm assuming it is because it's all like jaggedy.
So I guess here. Here, of course.
But behind the folding screen.
Thank God, that is the folding screen.
Ah!
Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony.
Stop whipping me! I'm not even the one saying things like it's Phoenix Wright, not me.
There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folded screen.
She was in the clothing box.
See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball. Now, Miss Meany, one so young as you shouldn't be saying, shut it, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry, geez, you're breaking your hat. I was very concerned about it. You seem to like it very much. I don't want it to be ruined.
Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along.
I'm spinning my hat now.
The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. The clothing box! Ms. Meany, how were you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box.
Ah, that tiny little box? No person could fit in it. Yes, sir, a lot of fit in it.
Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lana disproved you when she was hiding from me in it.
But the clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime?
Yeah, I can. With some evidence, which is just gonna be the clothing box again because there's a bullet hole in it. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. It's just this again. Take a look at this clothing box.
You're so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence of that old thing. This is... what on earth? Oof. I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. Jeez. Normally I'm the one rushing things along because I'm late for Mahjong. Anyways, there's a hole about 8 inches off the ground.
A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before?
The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height.
That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box.
Ugh.
Ms. Meany, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray.
Ah! Order. So, what are you saying? Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? You interrupted me. Are you saying that the person in this photo is Ms. Eeny Meeny?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Ms. Eeny Meeny, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey.
To masquerade as Maya Fey?
She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client.
No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. I'm so flustered. I can't speak.
Correct, it's not possible. She needed help from a sergeant ant. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow!
Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy.
Wait! Can you wait before you whip? Ms. Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct?
What? You can't be serious. I'm so angry. Bring me that hat.
Ms. Meany, you had an accomplice, and it was... The thing popped up so quickly that I pressed the select button to advance the dialogue right on the donut. Your accomplice was the donut. It was Morgan Fay.
This person?
If it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fay household, you wouldn't have that box to use.
Morgan Fay? Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we heard earlier?
What do you have to say to this, Ms. Meany?
Everyone ignores me. Grr.
You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it?
She's gonna admit to it? Ah!
I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with the knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime.
But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected?
Yes.
Ah, okay. The bullet kept throwing me off. I kept forgetting that it was technically his gun, wasn't it?
Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and finished the job.
After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room.
Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shot, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Ms. Meany, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretended to be Maya Fey.
But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through.
Which is precisely why Ms. Morgan Fey chased us out. Ugh, creepy!
Please, leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. That's quite evil. What is one supposed to say?
This is the real truth behind this murder.
I'm so shocked. Gonna fight one last time yet, Eni? Ha. Ha ha. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Ack. Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving?
What is it this time?
Ms. Von Karma. Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty?
Yeah, and you will. What in the world?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area.
I'm sure I have evidence for it. And that is?
If this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble?
Huh?
Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things?
Oh, come on. You think that's your big gotcha moment? I know exactly why she did it. Well that's,
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Come on, you should know that I know, Edie.
Oh, and one other thing. Why would Ms. Mini wants to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive?
I have that. It's so obvious.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive.
A motive? That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? It's so easy. The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Is it this newspaper clipping? Yes. Ta-da!
Ha. Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright.
Just great. Now even she's calling me by my full name.
You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death?
Yes. Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself.
Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? I'm very confused. Senile stupid Gramps. I'm going to explain, so please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited this long.
Not necessarily. You're waiting for the perfect moment.
and sides. Like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence. He asked me about it, you know?
She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see... Ow!
Pathetic Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory.
I still think this is... Just because she says it's not her motive doesn't mean anything.
The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Ms. Meany has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Yes, she does!
Just because she says she doesn't... She's like, yeah, I wouldn't get revenge for my sister. Doesn't... Guys, we can't just throw literally all this out when it makes sense. Like, no, it was Maya.
Furthermore, there's no reason for Ms. Morgan Fane to cooperate with this plan. Yes, there is! You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
I've been showing you evidence. What are you talking about?
Tisk tisk. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place.
Ugh. What happened? I thought I had her for sure.
See, like, it's just as I, like, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Ms. Eenie Meenie.
You're all idiots. I don't know how that wasn't enough. Who is it? Mia? Yep.
Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute. All right. I give in very easily there. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix.
Mia.
Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for murder, but you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
Maybe my theory? You can't channel Mimi because she's Mimi?
Time is up, Mr. Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Ms. Meany had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Could you provide the reason?
Can I really do this? Yes, I can! I am not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what.
That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now.
I will show and substantiate the fact that Ms. Meany had a motive.
Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination has already ended after all. Eek! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I can't believe she whipped me. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Ah! Yvonne Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. This has been going on long. My brain hurts. My whip injuries hurt. I need to go down the slide. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a sec here. Nope, it's slide time. To be continued.
We've totally got her.
That's gotta be the motive, right?
Like, she's actually Mimi. And there was no way Dr. Gray was gonna... Like, Dr. Gray reached out and she was like, oh crap, I'm actually my sister. I'm actually Mimi, pretending to be Eenie. And the channeling, like, he's not gonna be able to reach her. Maybe. I know that's my current theory. I feel like it's gotta be that, though, that she really is Mimi. Oh man, I feel like the second half of this trial is... It can't be that long. I feel like a lot of it's gonna have to go to proving why Morgan was part of it. Which is because of the whole, like, master of the village thing. But yeah, we solved a good bit of it this time. So, next time, we will finally be finishing off this chapter with the second half of this trial. And, yeah, I don't know how long it'll go on, so maybe we'll be able to start, or, like, get the very beginnings of the next case. But yeah, I just remembered something I wanted to say. Okay, obviously, apparently that wasn't her reason for killing Dr. Gray, was revenge for her sister, or for herself, I guess, or something. I don't know. But I don't know why everyone was like, nope, that's not good enough, just because she was like, nope, I wouldn't get revenge for my sister. Everyone was like, yeah, she's right. That's not enough. Sorry, Phoenix, you lose. Like, huh? Maybe she killed Eni on purpose to like set up Dr. Gray to like have a downfall. I don't know, there's another theory. Anyways, I need to stop rambling and coming up with last minute theories. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!